Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. It is April 23rd of 2026. We got freaking smoked today. I can't even lie. And it's after spending the whole day thinking about it and reviewing it, it was a technical issue and a psychology issue. So, and it was on a fresh eval too, so we just blew like half of it on 2 trades today. Um yeah, okay, so let's kind of start from over here. So before this huge dump, what we were doing was we were respecting this 4-hour order block right here, and we were also respecting this 1-hour order block here. So we have two order blocks that overlap, so they stack with each other. I also just did I revised some of my scoring criteria, so we got 2 points there, so that's a check. Let's just check what the 5 minutes doing. Now I want to show you a setup that actually, this should have been the setup of the day actually. So overall, this is our third break all the way up here. We have multiple breaks from prior as well, pre-New York. And so we only have one break to the downside, right? Taps into this order block, which is also a 15-minute order block. So we have like really stacked up order blocks. A 15-minute that's within a 1 hour, a 1 hour that's within a 4 hour. So we have a lot of higher time frame confluence here. Oh. And the only issue with this setup was the liquidity grab being earlier than 7:30. So if I tier this off, we got 2 points maxed out here. Absorption was definitely here in these candle wicks right here, so now we're at 3, and we would have covered our stop loss, so that's 5 total. So this would have been an A+ setup, right? The overall area that we want to take these longs from is once it breaks past this area. I would have waited for the 7:30 candle to finish, and then I would have gotten in. If I open up deep charts, shoot, I'm a little unprepared.
Connected.
We would have seen that. So this is the entry right here, right? So we spot a bunch of absorption right here. Now the only thing is, again, this is all before 7:30, so I don't quite love that. But after 7:30, because if we gone up here, most of the move is already gone. So the best thing that we could have done is on the 1 minute, pretty much right here, where sellers attempt again and then buyers come in and initiate, and we have a pretty strong close. So it probably would have been something like that. Stops would have been probably below this candle here. So I'm looking at this wick. Yeah. And this would have been at least break even and partialed out trade. So that was the setup that I should have been in. Now where I went wrong was, for some reason I kept thinking that this internal break would reset the fractals. So now this turns into break 1, and break 2 occurs here. And this is all wick transferring. So these 2 breaks to the downside, to me, kept it valid because I was going off of these breaks right here. And so we seen pretty much just a bunch of liquidity being grabbed, right? Order block kind of being respected. And my first entry was after this engulfing right here. So, and then I get wicked out to the T, and then I actually enter again after this candle right here, and this one just kind of consolidates before we melt. Now, again, before I didn't even see this setup, right? So let's just ignore that setup. And then based on these two breaks here, I thought that we were going to, the two breaks to the downside over here only meant pullbacks, not invalidation. But truly, this is like, since we're already past 3 breaks, this is break 4, this is break 5 pretty much. So this should have been invalidated. This should have just been invalidation in general. Now the other thing is, again, because I didn't know that, the other thing that I lacked on was the fact that I know in my rules, if we have more than 2 breaks to the upside and I see 2 breaks to the downside, I should be waiting for price to grab liquidity from the swing, which is what it did exactly. Now again, let's just say, for example, this was the first break, this was the second break, and we grabbed and we wait for liquidity to be grabbed from the swing, which it does. It actually ended up dropping all the way down to these equal lows here where 4-hour liquidity was sitting, right? And I could have gone in somewhere around here instead. Again, if this was still bullish, which it is not, but let's just say it is. My entry, after seeing a bunch of absorptions, sellers being exhausted, being trapped all the way down here, rejection, maybe get in somewhere around here on this candle or at the top of this candle, right? Even if I did get at the top of the candle, stop something like that. This, again, almost full TP. So yeah, so 2 things I liked on, honestly, the way it went was, didn't see this at all, was in this bullish setup here that I thought was bullish, should have waited for the swing to be grabbed and then maybe get into this trade. And then at the end of it all, realized that this was not even bullish in the first place and I shouldn't have been in this trade at all. Should have been in this trade. So that's kind of what happened today. It was a pretty big shit show, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely got FOMO'd and revenge traded because I got in on this trade, got wicked out to the T, and then I wanted to get in again. Again, back then I thought I was bullish, so I should have just been waiting for the swing liquidity to grab in the first place, and maybe I could have avoided that loss. But yeah, that's kind of all I have for you guys for today. Yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow for Friday.